it's Mel from Sparkly Belly. In my last video, we started making this pretty unitard style lesson outfit. We made the pattern and cut the fabric. In this video, I'll show you how to assemble all the pieces and take it to completion. Let's get started. First, take a matching pair of front and back pant legs and place them right sides together. Match up the inseam, which is from the crotch to the hem, and do a zigzag stitch with a 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. In this tutorial, I'll be explaining the sewing part, so you can use a regular sewing machine to make the unitard, but if you want to use a serger, go for it. Repeat for the other pair of front and back panels. Now keep the legs right sides together and match up the side seams. At this point, the back panel should be sticking out at the top by 1.5 centimeters or 5/8 of an inch. From the knee point where the leg flares out, measure 5 centimeters or 2 inches and mark it with a pin or a clip. This is where the slit starts. If you want a larger or smaller slits, adjust the location as you like. And you can of course sew it all the way to not have any slit. And do a zigzag stitch with the 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance from 1 cm from the top of the front panel to the slit mark. So the top edge of the back panel is still sticking out like this and the bottom slit looks like this. Repeat for the other leg. Now turn one of the legs right side out and stick it inside the other so the legs are facing right sides together. Match up the crotch section and do a zigzag stitch with a 1 cm seam allowance. This crotch section has to be strong, so I recommend you do another row of zigzag stitch on the inside of the seam allowance. Next, turn everything wrong side out and take the elastic and cut it about 2 centimeters or 3/4 inch shorter than the back side of the pants. Align the elastic to the top edge of the back panel on the wrong side like this. The ends of the elastic should be about 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch away from the edges. Take it to your sewing machine and do a straight stitch right about 5 millimeters or 1/4 of an inch from the ends of the elastic. Then align the edges and do a zigzag stitch along the top edge of the elastic. It makes it easy to align the edges if you gently pull the layers as you sew. Fold the elastic part towards the wrong side like this, so the elastic is encased in the fabric. And do a zigzag stitch while pulling and encasing the edge of the fabric. At the slit area, fold 1 centimeter from the edge towards the wrong side and do a straight stitch all around so we have clean edges. At the hem, fold 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch from the edge towards the wrong side and do a zigzag stitch along the edge. Alright, the pants are ready. Put them aside and let's assemble the top. First, take the back panel and elastic. Like we did for the pants, cut the elastic about 2 centimeters shorter than the width of the bottom of the back panel. On the wrong side, align the edges of the elastic and the fabric, and the ends of the elastic are at 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch from the edges. Do a straight stitch with a 5 millimeter or 1/4 of an inch seam allowance at the ends. Then do a zigzag stitch along the edge of the elastic while pulling the layers and aligning the edges. Fold it over to the wrong side and do a zigzag stitch again, encasing the edge of the fabric. Now take the front panel and one of the strips. Fold the strip wrong sides together and align the raw edges to the edge of the curved section on the right side. Do a narrow zigzag stitch with a 2 millimeter or 1/8 of an inch seam allowance while aligning the edges. Then trim the strip and fold it to the wrong side. Make sure the seam is a couple of millimeters from the fold on the wrong side so it's not visible from the right side. And do a narrow zigzag stitch right next to the fold of the strip. Repeat to finish the other edge. Now place the front and back panels right sides together and do a zigzag stitch at one of the shoulder seams with a 1 centimeter seam allowance. Open it up and take another strip and finish the neckline like the way we did for the curved section. Fold the strip wrong sides together and align the edges to the edge of the neckline on the right side. Do a narrow zigzag stitch with a 2 millimeter seam allowance. Then before we flip it, do a zigzag stitch along the open shoulder seam. Here, bring out the strip like this so you can sew the strip ends together too. Fold it over to the wrong side, making sure the seam is showing on the wrong side, and do a narrow zigzag stitch along the fold of the strip. Repeat the same process at the armholes. Before folding the strip over to the wrong side, match up the side edges of the front and back panels. Bring the strip out and do a zigzag stitch. Trim and fold the strip to the wrong side and finish sewing. Now the top part of the unitard is ready. Alright, let's sew the top and pants into a unitard. Place the top edge of the front side of the pants and the bottom edge of the top right sides together. Match up these edges and do a zigzag stitch with a 1 cm seam allowance. And your unitard is complete! When you put on the pants first, then bend over to get into the top. It's fun and comfy, and I love how it gives coverage over my torso while the flared pants make my legs look longer. We added the elastic only to the back side so the top and pants will stay nicely, but the front side looks smooth and flat without bumps. This is such a cool practice wear, great for all ages. I used monotone gray for this, but it'll look amazing in fun colors and prints. And in my next video, let's add another layer and create this stretchy lace wrap top. It's perfect if you want more coverage around the arms. So subscribe to my channel or sign up for my newsletter at sparklybelly.com so you won't miss it. I hope you liked this DIY unitard belly dance classwear tutorial, and if you did, please share this tutorial with your dance sisters. This cute outfit will make your lessons even more fun. And if you make your own unitard, share your creation in Sparkly Belly's Facebook group. It's such a great place to share your handmade costumes, get creative ideas, and ask questions. Join us at facebook.com/groups/sparklybelly. And if you're in the creative mood and want to learn to make more costumes, I'm doing a course giveaway. Learn more and enter by January 31st at the link in the description. Thanks for watching and keep sparkling!